Inclusivity is a key point of ILAM. Every member of your team matters. Every voice matters. And if someone isn't being heard, then we have a problem that we need to fix.
Welcome to The Last Word, the official ALAS podcast dedicated to connecting and informing the laboratory animal science community. Each episode takes a closer look at recent articles published in our journals, JLAS and LAS Pro, and features interviews with professionals advancing the field. I'm Jennifer Smith, your host. As a laboratory animal veterinarian and the Director of Education and Scientific Affairs at ALAS, I look forward to sharing these conversations with you. Let's discover something new together. Okay, well, today I have a wonderful guest. Perry Spires is here with me. Perry is a very experienced sales specialist at Hilltop Lab Animals. We all know Perry. I've known Perry for a long time, but I was still surprised to hear that he has been with Hilltop for 23 years. Amazing. He also has a bachelor's degree in science with a focus on education from Penn West California University of Pennsylvania. And I am going to throw it over to Perry, who is going to talk to us just about what he does in his day job and also his very interesting experience with ILAM serving as this year's class president. So Perry, tell us about yourself.
Hello, Jennifer, and thanks for having me on here today.
Of course.
Yes, so as you've mentioned, I've been with Hilltop for 23 years in this coming September.
Wow.
And it's different every day here. My day job varies quite a bit, just depending on what's required. Being here for 23 years, you get bounced around all over the company and learn various different jobs. Daily, I work in a guinea pig vivarium where I have a staff and a whole lot of guinea pigs to manage every single day. And I love working with my guinea pigs because whenever I visit a customer, as you mentioned, I'm also in sales, but whenever I visit with a customer, I have the experience to actually talk about my product because I know my product. They came from me, and working all over the company has given me that experience to be able to have a relationship with the customer where I know exactly what they're talking about, or an issue would arise that I know where to fix it. Things like that come up all the time. But other days I could be working in the office on marketing material for upcoming trade shows, or even decontamination of equipment before it goes into a vivarium. It really depends on the day.
That is fantastic. I love hearing that about your day job because I didn't know. Yeah, tell us how you got into this field.
I entered the field in a really non-traditional way. I was 1 year into college and living at home, and my mother's neighbor saw me mowing the grass one Saturday and walked over, asking me if I would be interested in some part-time summer work. I was excited for the opportunity to, make some extra cash in the summer. The work was washing our delivery vehicles on Friday and Saturdays once they all got back from their trips so that we would have clean vehicles to go out the next week. And about 2 months after that, I was approached and asked if I would like some more hours, which obviously I did. I was, in college and needed the cash. They moved me from the trucking department to a guinea pig department, which was our warehouse department at that time. And I picked up a few more hours, and they were very flexible with my schedule with school. From the warehouse, I was moved to a breeding colony for guinea pigs, keeping the same flexibility around my college schedule. During my senior year of college, I was transferred from Central Supply to a satellite facility to manage upstart colonies with transgenic mice and rats. And so I learned all about transgenic mice and rats doing that. I graduated with a degree in elementary education and could not find a job whenever I needed a job out of college. Hilltop approached me with the opportunity to do outside sales, and I jumped on it. I went to my first trade show and just absolutely fell in love with talking to strangers about what we do here at Hilltop. My mother was disappointed, as she was a teacher for 35 years, and she was disappointed that I didn't end up in a classroom. I had to explain to her that I teach every day. It's just not in a classroom, whether it's with customers at a trade show, potential customers at a trade show, or current customers on the phone, or just teaching my staff how to properly do their day job. So currently I am a colony manager for guinea pigs, a marketing manager. I do outside sales. I do all of our decontaminations. And as mentioned, I still maintain my forklift operator's license, and many, many more odd jobs around Hilltop.
Wow. Oh, I'm so glad I asked you that question because I have known Perry a long time and I didn't even know all that he does during the day. You are amazing. You can do it all.
It's busy around here.
I bet so. And I love the idea of you being a teacher. I think you would be a very good teacher, although I also loved how you equate that to teaching every day in your day job because I know that you do. But that would have been fun if you were in the classroom. That would be very fun. What age were you thinking of teaching?
My degree's in elementary education, so K through 6. I also had some environmental education in there.
Nice. I love it. Okay, so you told us about mowing the lawn. You told us about working at Hilltop. Did you have any jobs before that?
I did.
I bet it's a good one.
Yeah. Well, my very first job was working at a local golf course, washing golf carts.
Okay. I see a theme here.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't care for the washing of the golf carts all that much, but it paid me in free golf, which was at 14 years old was really hard to pass up. You don't have the money to do it. And this was an opportunity to do it and be around other golfers and learn from them and be on the course practically every day I could.
Nice. Do you still play golf?
I still play golf, yes. I'm the only one at the company that plays golf, so it's a great work perk to go to golf outings and represent the company.
Oh, for sure. That's a good skill to have. Nice. All right. Well, we also want to know more about ILAM. I want to know, gosh, how did you get involved? And then just maybe you could just kind of summarize ILAM for anyone listening that isn't sure or maybe has heard about it, wants to participate, but, maybe isn't sure. We'd love to hear more.
Sure. ILAM's fantastic. Coming from the vendor side, I didn't know what to expect. We typically, as vendors, do not participate in workshops such as ILAM. So that was a bit of a change for me because it was out of my comfort zone completely. ILAM is a week like none other I've had in the industry. It's very busy, very fun, very educational, but tough. You have to be on time. You have to do the work. You have to show up. You have to be present. You have to be awake. All the things that are required, you have to do at ILAM, and it is expected of you. If you're introverted, it forces you out, but only as far as you will allow. If you are extroverted, you can really shine bright. ILAM starts 8 a.m. sharp each day, and don't be late. The classes are designed in such a way that you will learn from both the presenter and your classmates. It's very interactive. My first year of ILAM, for me personally, didn't start all that well. As I mentioned, coming from the vendor side, I was really nervous. I was really, really apprehensive about stepping into that world or that side of things. It wasn't great for me my first few days. I was seriously contemplating why I was there. I was able to latch on to, and those that are listening to this will know who I latched on to, for comfort and reassurance that I was doing the right thing. And whenever I would express my concerns about what was going on and my feelings to my other classmates, some of them shared that same discomfort, so to speak. And we found solace in each other. My team lead was also a huge help in settling me down and helping me embrace what ILAM was truly about. And that is seeking help from your peers. You end up in a group of 50 or so people that are your team. Now, you have individual teams of 10, but the people that you interact with are your year 1 or year 2 classmates. You share experiences with them as you move about the different classes each day, sitting at different tables, learning something about everyone. I want people to know that ILAM is going to be what you make of it. If you think that it's out of your comfort zone, that's a good thing. The Institute for Lab Animal Managers, and as managers, we can't always be in a place of comfort. Things in our day might be uncomfortable, like a tough budget or staffing concerns, upper management, new hires, water problems, no heat that day, whatever's going on. But we have to be flexible as managers. And once you become flexible, ILAM becomes a great experience that is really loved by everyone that finishes the program each year. And you hear that time and time again from those that have been through the program, that they make lifelong friends. They have colleagues that they can rely on at a phone call's notice to help solve a problem. We can't always work in a bubble of comfort, and ILAM teaches you how to adapt and overcome those challenges that managers face every day.
That is the best summary I've ever heard, because you really you broke it down and you kept it real, so to speak, and I appreciate that. And thanks for backing up. I should have even said what ILAM meant. So the Institute for Laboratory Animal Management, it's a 2-year program. You have a cohort for each year. And I should have also said, or maybe Perry, you could explain the class president role that you serve.
Yeah, class president is also interesting. And well, speaking from my own personal experience, the way my week started, I did not see myself ending up as class president. So the way class president works is toward the end of the week, everyone that thinks they would like to try and be class president all present themselves in front of their peers, and you have to give a summary of what would make you a great class president. And then everybody else in your class votes for who they feel would be best representative of the group for class president. And then you're awarded that at the banquet Thursday night. The class president acts as the liaison between the team leads and ALAS. So if information needs to pass between ALAS, the ILAM committee, and the team leaders, it goes through the class president. You attend all the meetings with ALAS, the team leads, the committee, and just make sure that the proper information is being disseminated to the proper channels.
Nice. Oh, thank you for explaining that. You are the perfect person to do this. I can see why you're class president. And I love, and thank you so much for being so honest about how your week, the first cohort year started out. I can imagine that would be a tough situation. And it sounds like you really made the best of it. And I appreciate that. It's time for a quick break to hear about the ALAS Learning Library. Hey, are you ready to elevate your team's knowledge and skills in laboratory animal science? Well, the ALAS Learning Library is your one-stop solution for comprehensive training. With courses designed for everyone, you can train your entire team in one place, earn valuable ALAS CEUs and RACE CE credits, and take advantage of group discounts to maximize that investment. Getting started is easy too. Sign up for free to access select courses instantly to explore a vast library of resources. Empower your team, stay ahead of the field, and grow with the ALAS Learning Library, your trusted resource for laboratory animal science professionals. So why should people participate in ILAM? And who's it for, in your opinion?
Who's it for is an easier way to start that. It's for current lab animal managers and staff who aspire to be managers. I came into ILAM in my 22nd year of working with animals, and I still learned things that I didn't know. I have limited animal knowledge because I work with 3 species here. And what I was able to learn from other people with the animals that are in their care is that we all face similar challenges, whether you're dealing with large hoof stock or rodents. Everybody still faces the same challenges. Your water's not right. You don't have the proper equipment that you need, or your boss is breathing down your neck about some budget concern. And we all face those same challenges. But when you realize that you're not alone and you have people to lean on, it becomes a great resource for us.
Wow, that's fantastic. All right, so let's talk about something fun. And all of ILAM, of course, is fun and hard work. What is your best either ALAS or ILAM memory? I love to ask this question.
Oh, I have 2. I'll start with ILAM since we're on the ILAM talk here. So my best ILAM memory has to be skit night. Skit night is so much fun. And for those that don't know what skit night is, each team of 10 are required to put on a skit for their classmates. Everybody in the room, all 100 people plus, are watching these skits that are to be designed in a way to show what you learned during your week at ILAM. But it needs to be presented in a fun way. So everybody's laughing, everybody's enjoying the skits. Everyone's involved and everyone's in a really good mood. And it turns out that it doesn't really matter if you can act or sing or dance, or even if you're afraid to speak in front of a group, because everybody has to participate. You don't have a choice. If you can't speak in front of a group, it's okay to just be a tree in the background. We need the trees in the background too. And you don't have to speak if you don't want to, but the important takeaway is that you're helping your team and being part of the team. You have to be present. Even if you're a tree, you still have to be present because your team is counting on you.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. All right. What about your best ALAS memory?
My best ALAS memory comes from the Texas branch meetings where they took a chance on a group activity. Several years ago, someone at Texas branch came up with the idea of playing Human Hungry Hungry Hippos.
I knew you were going to say that. I saw a photo of that in the LAS Pro a couple episodes ago, and that is hilarious.
Yes, it's so much fun. Everybody gathers around, everybody's cheering. You're in a team of 3. Somebody's laying on a furniture cart, reaching in to grab ball pit balls with a laundry basket, and somebody else is pulling them back. And oh, it is so much fun. It is so much fun.
That's great. Which one were you?
You have to rotate. So you go in once, you come back out with your basket full of bounce house balls, and then you switch positions, and then somebody else goes. And then, so you have to keep switching positions, which is really funny as adults trying to go from a standing position to laying on a furniture dolly so that someone can push you forward. It's really, really fun. And it's nice whenever branches try something new and really put it out there for people to embrace having fun.
I love it. That sounds like a pretty good challenge too, Perry. I think you just challenged other branches. I love it. Okay, so switching gears here, now back to more serious. Everyone in this industry, and I know you included, we didn't get here by ourselves. So who would you say would be mentors for you?
Oh, my mentors, I would have to say my senior managers here at Hilltop. They've guided me really along my 23 years and allowed me opportunities that are not really easily gained. We're a family-owned company, and based on my last name, I'm not family. So the opportunities that I've been given with Hilltop have just been great. They put their trust in me to represent Hilltop, the brand, Hilltop, their name, Hilltop, their family, and Hilltop, their quality. I feel like I'm an extension of their family. They listen whenever I ask for advice, and they don't judge, even if it's a stupid question. There is one important takeaway that I have from our CEO, Ed Meidel. We were waist deep in a hole that we had dug to fix a broken water line. This was a long time ago in my career, but it has stuck with me. He looked at me and said that, he goes, "I would never ask you to do something I'm not willing to do myself." And he said that as we're literally standing in a hole that we dug to fix this water line. That line has really stuck with me here. And I try and reflect that with my staff and the people that I interact with day to day. I would never ask them to do something that I wouldn't do myself or stand next to them to do. And it really helps to teach my staff or other members of the company when you're standing next to them and explaining what you're doing. Instead of coming from standing outside the hole, you're in it with them. Your shoes are muddy just like theirs.
I love that. That is so well said. Wow. I love that. And that you had that visual reminder experience. That's amazing. I love it. Okay, let's see. Here's another serious one for you. You've been in this field a while. What's one thing you would like to see change?
I think the one thing I would like to see change in our field is the overall public perspective. I know that it's something that ALAS has been a major part of over the past few years, is trying to change that public perception. You know, the public thinks that we don't care about our animals, and that couldn't be further from the truth. We care very deeply about the animals. No, they're not pets, but there is a level of care that we have for the animals that it transcends pets. Most of us are on call all the time to respond when these animals need care, that we have veterinarians on staff, and the level of care really shines through, especially here at Hilltop, where we have many, many animals. We have large volumes of animals, and without great care for those animals, it wouldn't work. These animals aren't just our jobs, they're our responsibilities. We have human responsibilities to give the best possible care for these animals, great and small.
I love it. Love it. Thank you for that. That's really impactful. So you're about to start your second year, your second cohort year, and you're as ILAM president here in May. And we would like to know, is there something specific that you would like to accomplish this year as ILAM president?
There is, but it's more emotional. I would like to accomplish the expression of comfort among all the attendees. I know last year was really rough for me in the beginning, and I didn't think I could last the week. I really don't want anyone to feel the way that I did last year. As class president, you select your team leads, and my selected team leads understand that making their team members have all the information they need is paramount to me. That the level one incoming students feel as comfortable as possible, understanding the challenge that is ILAM, and are as prepared as they can be. I think I've expressed enough to them just how bad I felt last year, and I don't want that for anyone this year. There should be comfort coming from your peers, and I want to extend that comfort to everyone coming in and the level twos. Inclusivity is a key point of ILAM. Every member of your team matters. Every voice matters. And if someone isn't being heard, then we have a problem that we need to fix. I just want myself and my team leads to make this experience as comfortable for everyone as we can, because comfort in being prepared, ready, and anxious and excited, and all the build up for ILAM can be overwhelming. So by sharing as much information that we can in a timely manner, hopefully will lead to that comfort on their end.
Well said. I can see why you were elected president of the class. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of those ILAMers who are going to be here soon in Memphis. Okay, here's a good one. How about a favorite quote, a saying, a favorite book, anything that you gravitate towards that you'd want to share?
I do have a favorite quote, and it comes from Winston Churchill, and it goes, "Courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." We have all failed in our careers, our lives, our work days, but learning from those failures and moving into the next failure. Yes, we're all going to fail. It's part of life. Life would be boring if we knew everything already. I feel that failure teaches us to try again. You're not born with the ability to walk. You learn to walk by trying and falling and trying and falling again. And we fall all the time, but learning from that falling or learning from that failure guides us and teaches us and strengthens us.
Oh, that is great. I love it. Oh my gosh, I could talk to you all day. I'm sad that we're coming to the end here. I have one final question for you. We ask this of everybody. And for you, it is, what advice would you give somebody who's just getting started in this field?
Well, that question really flows nicely off of the last one that you asked about the quote, because my advice to anybody in the field, especially those new, is don't be afraid to try. You may fail. So what? Try again. That's how you learn. You learn this way. And as you learn the why. Why do we do something in a certain way? Knowing the why will save you so much confusion. This is the way that it's always been done, isn't the answer without the why. You have to know why you're doing something. When you understand the why, you understand the process. And when you understand the process, you understand the problem, but you can also forecast the problem before it happens because you know why it's going to be a problem. So in the field, there's always a reason. But if you're new to the field, you might not know the reason. Ask somebody, why am I doing it this way? Why does this happen? Why do we do that? And learn the why from those that have been doing it for a long time. And it will help you grow because you understand the process.
Oh, my goodness. Perry, you are amazing. I have so enjoyed talking with you today and getting to know you better. And you're quite philosophical, which I really appreciate. I'll tell you what, Perry is the real deal, you guys. And I've said this for a long time about Perry, but he's a good egg.
Thank you.
I reserve the good egg title for special people. You are a good egg, my friend. Thank you for being here today. This has been great. And thanks for telling us a lot more about yourself and especially about ILAM. That really helps our members, our listeners, and especially those who are just getting started. Thanks for sharing, being real and sharing your struggles, but you're just wonderful enthusiasm for ILAM. It really shows.
Thank you for having me today, Jennifer. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Last Word. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to leave your feedback in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more great content. We encourage you to submit your research manuscripts to our journals, JLAS and LAS Pro. We're always looking to feature impactful studies. You can also connect with us on our social media channels or email us directly at info@alas.org. We appreciate your listening today, and we'll see you next time on The Last Word, an ALAS podcast. Until then, stay curious and stay connected.